Our next guest says that when it comes to your diet, wheat is public enemy #1. We'd like to welcome Dr. William Davis, author of the famed Wheat Belly books, to our show today. So, Doc, you have been on both Oprah and Dr. Oz. What I have to know is, what did wheat ever do to you to incur your wrath? That is what I want to know.
Well, maybe crabby and tired, maybe diabetic, actually. Amplified my appetite, gave me gastrointestinal distress, a whole long list of problems from having this modern thing created by genetics research that is 18 to 24 inch tall, high-yield, semi-dwarf wheat. So it's not what you thought it was.
No. Okay, well, what exactly is Wheat Belly, the name of your book? What exactly is Wheat Belly?
It refers, Michael, to the signature emblem that people carry around because they are repeatedly exposed to the effects of modern wheat. That is the gliadin protein that stimulates appetite because it binds to the opiate receptors of the human brain. The amylopectin A, this thing that is a complex carbohydrate but acts more like a simple sugar, raises blood sugar and insulin over and over and over every time you eat it. Those are the effects that grow visceral or abdominal fat, and we see it everywhere we go. It is the signature of Americans, sadly, but it is because of what was done to modern wheat.
How long did it take you to find out that wheat was not for you?
Many years. I stumbled about, bumbling, trying to figure this out after I made myself diabetic 25 years ago, no longer, by the way, but also when I tried to help people. I'm a cardiologist. I try to help people stop or reverse coronary disease, and you quickly learn that you cannot have diabetes or pre-diabetes as long as you have, you can't control heart disease as long as you have diabetes or pre-diabetes. Said that backwards. So I helped people reverse that situation by using diet, not drugs, but diet. And
Wow.
so I used simple logic. If 2 slices of whole wheat bread raise blood sugar higher than 6 teaspoons of table sugar, what happens when you remove it entirely? And that's when all the fireworks started. People did lose weight, their blood sugar stopped, diabetics became non-diabetic, pre-diabetics became non-pre-diabetic, people with ulcerative colitis, rheumatoid arthritis, and a whole long list of conditions stop having those conditions. And that's when I started to ask, why in the world would this happen?
That just brings me to my next question. So what physical changes do you see from people who swear off wheat completely?
Astounding transformations in health. So it is about losing weight, it's about losing visceral tummy fat, it's about losing waist size, it's about dropping blood sugar, getting rid of acid reflux, irritable bowel syndrome, bowel urgency, about joint pains, particularly in the fingers and wrists, funny rashes, dandruff, depression. Mind effects are very interesting. A whole collection of mind effects. Kids with ADHD and autistic spectrum disorder experience dramatic transformation in learning and the ability to pay attention, and they stop their behavioral outbursts. People with psychiatric issues have improvement. They're not cured, but they have much improvement. People with eating disorders, like food obsessions, are gone within days of eliminating this thing that has mind effects.
Why is it so toxic? That is what I want to know. Why is it so toxic to the body?
Well, the changes introduced into modern wheat for the purposes of increasing yield per acre made this thing look very different. Short, squat, high yield, but along with those external changes were changes in the genetics and the biochemistry of this thing and its effects on the humans who eat. Of course, the irony is we're told to eat more of this stuff, allow it to dominate diet, and all we have to do is look around us to see the effects of that.
So wheat is in lots and lots and lots of processed and unprocessed foods. How do I get it out of my diet?
Going back to real single ingredient foods, eating eggs, cheese, meat, vegetables, avocados, coconut, back to real foods that have been least fiddled with by agribusiness and the efforts of big food. So we're going to go back to real food. Now we've got to be careful because if we can eliminate wheat, we have to go after the obvious source like bread, pasta, cookies, cakes, but there are not so obvious sources too. Those are a lot of processed foods because I think wheat was put there in such things as licorice or soup or salad dressing to stimulate appetite.
Wow. Thanks, Doc. That's
Thank you.
Very enlightening. All right, well, unfortunately, tonight's Cardio Wellness Happy Hour is already booked up, but St. Luke's hopes to plan another one for the fall. So check out our website, kclive.tv, later this afternoon. We're going to have the St. Luke's phone number where you can call to get notified when the registration for the next event is open. Wheat Belly. Thanks, Doc. Well, let's throw things over to Michelle.